Alright guys, we got something a little bit different on deck today in terms of gel tests and ammo tests. We're going to be running these rounds, all the rounds that I'll show you up next. We're going to be running all those through the Smith & Wesson Shield. You guys have probably seen my video on this gun. I really like this gun. It is one of my carry mainstays. And what I decided to do, after I was actually asked the question by one of my viewers, he said, have you done any gel testing in this gun? And I was like, well, I haven't. Done some chrono testing, but never actually tested the rounds in the gel. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a whole bunch of different rounds. I think I got 6, maybe 5 rounds you're going to see up next, and run them through this short barrel and see how the barrel impacts performance in the gel. Because obviously it's a very short barrel, that is going to affect how the rounds perform, traveling at lower velocities obviously. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get into more of it coming up next, guys. So here are the rounds we're going to be testing out today. Starting at the top left, we have the Remington UMC. That's the green box stuff, the 115 grain. Product number is L9MM1B. Over to the right there is the 124 grain HST. That is the P9 HST1. Moving down here, we have a Winchester Ranger. That is product number RA9MMJHP. To the right of that is the Gold Dot 124 grain plus PJHP jagged hollow point. That is number 53617. Down here, this is actually the plus P version of the HST, product number P9 HST3. And then over here we have some Full Metal Jacket. It's the Brown Bear 115 grain round, just because some people in these short barrels do say that you need to use a Full Metal Jacket load. So we'll go ahead and show you how that performs in the gel as well. Just a side note, we're going to be testing just on the chronograph, just 1 round of each, just to get kind of a baseline. I realize it's not scientific and all that, and there's variations in the round, but trying to keep the video under 20 minutes here. So we're going to go ahead and test those in the chronograph and then shoot the gel and see what we find. We're going to go top down as you see the ammo lined up right there. So first up will be the Brown Bear. Next up will be the Remington. Next up will be the plus P HST, non-plus P. Next up will be the 115 grain Winchester Ranger. And lastly, the 124 grain plus P Gold Dot. That'll do it. As you'd expect from a Full Metal Jacket round, the round did penetrate extremely well, perhaps too well in my opinion. Anyway, there it is in the gel block, and it is right at 26 inches. The Winchester Ranger round penetrated just into the second block, which I'll pull out there. And you guys can see right there, that's how the bullet settled. So it settled right at 16 inches. The Gold Dot bullet entered in and expanded very early. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I'll move this second block out of the way. And there is the back side, or the end of the first block. So it's coming in right at 15.5 inches of penetration. The HST's wound track is the one right here, so the top of your screen. Moving on down, you'll see the bullet did settle right here. I'm not too sure if you guys can see that, but it is in there at the 13.5 inch mark. The Remington UMC is the one right here at the bottom of your screen. Moving on down, you can see it did expand, settled down around the 10 inch mark, and it comes to rest right there at the 18.5 inch mark. Take a look at this wound track. It's the one closest to you. The round opens up pretty early on. And right here, the leading edge is just at 12 inches for that HST plus P. We're going to start top left again with the Remington UMC. The retained weight on that was 112 grains. The expansion was 0.51 inches on average. Over to the right with the standard pressure HST, we had 124 grains recovered. The expansion was 0.63 inches. That was the average on that one. Moving over to the Ranger, 115 grain. The expansion on that one was 0.57 inches, and the retained weight was 114 grains. Sorry about my dog running around in the background, y'all. Can't control that beast. Moving over to the right to the Plus P Gold Dot, we had 0.61 average expansion and 124 grains retained weight. Down here to the Plus P HST, 0.66 in terms of expansion, average expansion, 123 grains retained, and obviously the brown bear didn't expand at all as we expected. It did not tumble as well. So I hope that answers some of the questions, and maybe it'll help you guys select your duty loads, or not duty loads, excuse me, your carry loads and your shield. Pretty much as expected. HST's expanded really well, but with that expansion comes a little bit less penetration. Gold Dot penetrated and expanded well. Bonded Bullet got a little bit more penetration in those HSTs. Some of the cheaper rounds kind of performed as expected, a little bit less expansion, decent penetration. And the brown bear, the Full Metal Jacket round, it penetrated a good bit, even at that low velocity. So anyway, I hope this answers some of the questions about what kind of carry rounds you want to carry in your shield if you do have one, or any other short-barreled 9mm gun, Glock 26, XD9 subcompact, the list goes on. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you guys in the next video.